Handshape or Handshape is just one of the parameters that we're going to talk about within this module. Handshape quite literally means which shape are we using to produce that sign or vocabulary word. So within ASL, we have about 40 different handshapes that we're going to use to produce our ASL symbols or signs. So we break these up into two categories. We have unmarked handshapes. You can think of these as the ones that are a little bit more easy to produce and are used more often. So if I'm teaching somebody in the hearing community that may not even be taking sign language, but I can say, hey, thumbs up, use this handshape or the one handshape. They're much more easily produced, and they're used much more often, even for gestures and other things. But for our unmarked handshapes, we have thumbs up, A, 1, open 5 and closed 5, C, claw, O, and S. Then we have marked handshapes. These are more unique to ASL and they're a little bit more complex to produce. So we're not going to just use these in the hearing community for gestures or anything like that. They're not going to be as easily recognizable. They are more unique to ASL. And those handshapes include the E, X, that I love you hand, H, 8 or an open 8, and the rock and roll hand. So these, you will use both the unmarked and marked handshapes within all of the vocabulary signs that you learn this semester, but we just want to make sure that you know the difference between unmarked being those easier handshapes to produce and then the marked, the little bit more complex signs. Now, you do not at all need to memorize all of these handshapes. It just makes it easier when we're breaking down a sign. And when I'm asking you, how do you sign language? You can easily tell me what that handshape is. And we can say the handshape is an L. Or we might say that the handshape is an F or a 9. So we're just using it to break down the signs and explain what handshape we're using or which other parameters we're using so we can make sure that we're signing and producing those words correctly.